Have you ever wondered if that woman in your circle, whether a friend, coworker, or someone you casually know, might secretly be into you? Sometimes the clues are subtle, but they're there if you know what to look for. In this video, we're breaking down 9 signs she'd do anything to be with you, even if you're not in a relationship yet. These behaviors reveal emotional investment and a desire to connect on a deeper level. Stick around for the bonus tip that ties it all together and gives you the confidence to spot her interest instantly. Sign 1: she finds reasons to be around you. The first big sign is her effort to be near you, even when she doesn't have to be. This could mean showing up at places she knows you'll be, volunteering to help with projects you're involved in, or finding excuses to strike up conversations. Let's say you're at work, and she suddenly becomes interested in your department's latest project, even though it has nothing to do with her. Or maybe at a social event, she positions herself nearby and keeps engaging with you. This isn't random, it's intentional. Women are masters of subtlety, and proximity is one of their favorite tools for showing interest psychologically. This ties into what's called the mere exposure effect. The more time she spends around you, the more likely you are to notice her. And she knows it. She's using the opportunity to build rapport, hoping you'll pick up on her interest. Here's the key if you notice her finding reasons to insert herself into your world. It's a major green flag that she's invested in you, even if she's not saying it outright. Sign 2: she asks personal questions. Another clear indicator when she starts digging deeper into your life with personal questions. She might ask about your childhood, your dreams, or even your past relationships. This isn't just idle curiosity. It's her way of understanding you on a deeper level. For example, she might say, "What's your biggest goal in life?" Or "What's your dream vacation?" These aren't questions you ask someone you're indifferent about. She's gathering information to build emotional intimacy. This behavior stems from a psychological principle called self-disclosure reciprocity. When someone opens the door for personal sharing, it creates a bond. She's likely hoping that by asking about you, you'll reciprocate and ask about building her, a mutual sense of closeness. A pro tip here: if you notice her leaning into these kinds of questions, it's a sign she's emotionally investing in you, even if she hasn't openly said she likes you. Sign 3: she remembers everything you say. When a woman isn't in a relationship but is deeply invested, she shows it by remembering the little details you share. Whether it's the name of your dog, the coffee order you mentioned weeks ago, or your favorite band, her ability to recall these things is not accidental. Here's why this matters. Women pay attention to what's important to them. If she's holding on to the details of your conversations, it's because she sees you as someone significant in her life. This behavior is rooted in the concept selective attention in a world full of distractions. People naturally focus on what they care about. For her, that's you. And she used these details to surprise you later, like sending you a song from your favorite band or recommending a book she knows aligns with your interests. Quick scenario: imagine mentioning your love for Mexican food, and the next time you see her, she casually suggests grabbing tacos. That's not coincidence, it's interest. Sign 4: she goes out of her way to help you. The next sign is her willingness to make sacrifices or put an effort to help you, even when she doesn't stand to gain anything. Whether it's offering to proofread your resume, helping you move, or giving you a ride when your car breaks down. These actions are her way of showing she's invested in your happiness. Why is this so significant? Effort equals investment. People don't go out of their way for just anyone, especially if they're not getting something in return. When she's doing things for you without hesitation, she's signaling that you matter to her. This ties into the law of reciprocity in relationships. By helping you, she's not just being kind, she's strengthening the bond between you. And chances are she's hoping her actions will make you see her as someone you can rely on and appreciate. Example: maybe you mentioned you're stressed about a work deadline, and she offers to bring you coffee or brainstorm ideas with you. That's not just thoughtful, it's deliberate. Sign 5: she compliments you a lot. Compliments might seem like a small thing, but when a woman who isn't in a relationship goes out of her way to compliment you frequently, it's a strong sign of attraction. And it's not just about your looks, though those count too. She praises your intelligence, your humor, your work ethic. Things that show she's noticing you on a deeper level. Why do women do this? Compliments are a subtle way to express without admiration, making things too obvious. She's testing the waters, seeing how you respond, and building a foundation of positivity between you. Psychologically, this taps into the principle of positive reinforcement. By highlighting your strengths, she's encouraging more of the same behavior, creating an environment where you associate with feeling good about yourself. Pro tip: pay attention to the types of compliments she gives. If they feel personalized or unique, it's a sign she's paying close attention to who you are as a person. Sign 6: she shows genuine interest in your passions. When a woman who isn't in a relationship starts showing a deep interest in your hobbies, passions, and goals, it's a strong signal that she's emotionally invested. Whether you're into sports, music, gaming, or cooking, she finds ways to ask about or even engage with these interests. For instance, if you love hiking and casually mention a trail you want to try, she might suggest joining you or ask thoughtful questions like, "What's your favorite trail so far?" This isn't just about making conversation. It's her way of connecting with you on a personal level. Psychologically, this ties into the concept of shared experience bonding. By showing enthusiasm for what lights you up, she's creating a bridge between your world and hers. It's a subtle but powerful way of saying, "I want to be part of what makes you happy." The effort she puts into learning about your passions is telling. For example, if she starts watching your favorite sports team or references a band you mentioned in passing, she's making it clear that she sees your interests as an extension of you, and she wants to align with that. Sign 7: she gets nervous or flustered around you. Here's a big one. Her body language shifts when you're around. If she's normally confident and composed, but gets a little nervous, flustered, or even fidgety in your presence, that's a sign her feelings are more than platonic. Pay attention to these subtle cues. She might play with her hair, adjust her clothing, or avoid prolonged eye contact because she feels vulnerable around you. On the flip side, she might overcompensate by talking too much or trying to appear overly casual. These are signs of emotional tension, a hallmark of attraction. This behavior stems from the fight or flight response. When people are around someone they're attracted to, their nervous system goes into overdrive. This can manifest in blushing, stumbling over words, or even clumsy actions. But nervousness doesn't mean she's unsure about you. Quite the opposite, it means you matter. Enough to make her feel a little out of her depth. If she's acting differently around you compared to others, it's a clear indicator of her emotional investment. Sign 8: she gets jealous in subtle ways. Well, she might not be in a position to outright declare her feelings. Jealousy can slip through the cracks. If she sees you interacting with another woman and her demeanor changes, maybe she gets quieter, more distant, or even tries to redirect your attention. It's a sign she's emotionally invested. Jealousy doesn't always come in dramatic outbursts. It's often subtle, a fleeting expression, a slight change in tone, or a comment, like she seems really into you, disguised as casual observation. These moments reveal her deeper emotions and her desire to protect her connection with you. This behavior ties into the scarcity principle. When people feel like they might lose valuable, they subconsciously act to preserve it. If she's emotionally invested in you, the thought of someone else capturing your attention can trigger this reaction. Example: you're chatting with another woman at a party, and she suddenly appears beside you, joining the conversation or steering it towards something only you two share. That's her subtle way of reclaiming space in your attention. Sign 9: she invests time and effort into looking good around you. One of the most telling signs is she consistently puts effort into her appearance. When she knows she sees you, whether it's dressing a little nicer, wearing makeup when she normally wouldn't, or making sure her hair is just right. These are conscious or subconscious ways to impress you. This doesn't mean she's trying to change who she is. It's about amplifying her natural features. To catch your attention, women are highly aware of how their appearance is perceived. And when she goes the extra mile, it's often for someone she wants to notice. For example, if she knows you're meeting for coffee, and she shows up looking more Polish than usual, that's not a coincidence. She's making an effort to stand out and show her best self around you. This behavior stems from evolutionary psychology. Across cultures and time periods, physical presentation has been a way of signaling attraction and availability. When a woman invests time in looking good around you, she's not just dressing for herself. She's signaling interest in a way that's hard to miss. Here's a subtle cue to watch for. Does her appearance noticeably shift when she knows you'll be present versus when you run into her unexpectedly? If so, she's likely trying to make a lasting impression. Are you still here? Great. Because here's the bonus tip that ties everything together. Consistency. A single sign might not mean much on its own, but when you notice multiple signs consistently over time, that's your confirmation. If she regularly remembers details about you, shows up in places where she knows you'll be, and puts effort into her appearance or interactions with you, it's not random. It's intentional. Consistency reveals emotional investment because it requires effort. It's easy to do something nice once or twice. But when a woman consistently prioritizes your happiness, finds ways to be around you, or subtly signals interest over and over, she's showing you that you matter to her on a deeper level. So if you've been noticing a pattern in her behavior, don't brush it off. Chances are she's hoping you'll pick up on her signals and make a move. If this video helped you spot the signs of her interest, let me know in the comments which one stood out the most. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more insights, and share this with a friend who might need a little help decoding the signals. See you in the next video.